I wonder who fell over first, but he fell over first. My fella fell over first, not straight away. He just nearly did the splits. I didn't fall yesterday. I know I will do, but I didn't fall. It was great. I did my little spins and stuff. So I've not done that since I was a little girl. I tried blading when I got them the other year, but didn't. For some reason, I just didn't like them. And my other skates, and they're only second hand because I'm used to it, because they are quite dear and I want a proper pair. I mean, these are a good pair anyway, and they look new, but they're not. And it was really good, but I need to change the wheels on them as well, because you can get different wheels for different things. And we're in the garden at the minute. Well, been in the garden a little bit. Fella's painting the fence, not the fence, the shed. And we've just been pulling a load of weeds and blackberry bush out of, he's down there painting down behind the back of the garage, just because it got everywhere. You know, people say, oh, blackberries. We're like, yeah, blackberries, but when they grow everywhere and under everywhere, so we had to basically prune it back. And then there's all these little weedy things that come up dead high and they have pink flowers on. So we had to pull them out, and they have the little white fairy things, I call them, a bit like dandelion seeds. That's why they get everywhere. You'll see them everywhere growing up, everything. And because we don't go around the back a lot, we were like, oh my God, it's overgrown. So we've just literally pulled them all out. And it just reminded me of boundaries that I have to set with people. I have to set with people on here. You have to set with people in real life. I'm pulling the weeds out, because you do have to pull the weeds out. I mean, that's what's going on with the deep state and everything that's going on in the outer world there. But you do have to set boundaries, because people take the piss, basically. And they take, you know, especially with people who are softer. I used to be softer. I'm not soft. I'm not that soft anymore. You have to be quite wary, especially in these times. But yeah, so that's the message I got in the garden. Hi, I'll call you Beely. Yeah, so pulling them out just reminded me of that. And I did say that to someone today, because people don't like it when you set boundaries. It's really funny. They don't like it when you set boundaries. A lot of people won't take no for an answer. And it's like, they've said no. Maybe things, you know, if it's friends and family, sometimes maybe things will change, you know, in time. But you do have to set boundaries. And if you remember the card I pulled out yesterday, I think it was, that had boundary setting on it. We always talk about boundary setting. I always talk about boundary setting, because a lot of people don't get boundary setting. Some people can set boundaries that high that they never bring them down, you know, if they see, because it doesn't mean they're always set up for all time, but you do need to set boundaries, especially in these times, what's going on. But yeah, so it was sunny this morning. It looks like it's going to rain, so I'm glad we've got that bit done, and he's painting the shed while I am again sorting out my craft room, because when I'm doing different things, it gets messy with different things. I've been still working on my crescent moon necklaces. I'll be doing that after. I'll be doing some of my boxes after. I decided to make my own, as I do hand make everything. So I'm going to be carrying on with that. But yeah, skating was brilliant. You know, be childlike. It gave me a lot of fun. I kept thinking, what? I need to bring something in this exercise as well that gives you a lot of fun. And it's so freeing, and it feels really nice, because when the breeze is going through your hair, even when we were inside, it was beautiful. But we're going to look for some outside areas as well. That should be fun. Even my sister said she might come, get herself a pair of boots, because it was just fun. But yeah, please don't remember in these times to set boundaries. We don't let people in nilly-willy, you know. Yeah, got to put on the higher D'Angelo, got to put the armour on. Yeah, armour of God these days. No is the most important word right now, for sure. It definitely is, and that popped up because, you know, I have people that won't take no for boundaries, especially on YouTube. They just think they can chuck anything out and, you know, make lies and stories up on people. Like I said the other day, it goes about, they just have no boundaries. They have no boundaries. They're probably looking at it, they probably let everybody into their, you know, you could say, I wouldn't say circle, but I don't know what the word is. You can't do that. And I've seen that going on. They let anyone nilly-willy in. Someone says hi, that's it, you know, best buds. It's like, oh my God, you got to be very careful who you're letting in, you know. And that doesn't just go on for in YouTube, because that's why people block people, because you'll get people who are acting completely out of proper negativity. We call it the doom and gloom brigade, because that's all they do, and they congregate with the same sort of people. But in these times with what's going on, you have to be, you know, never mind before, you have to be very careful, you know, what you're letting in, because, like I say, entity attachment. But yeah, but in the world, when you're going out, the boundaries are set there as well. It's not just on here, it's out there as well. And I don't think people realise, and this is a message to people, and they know who they are, when you're putting stuff out on the internet, if you've got people who know you in your area, and maybe you've had a fallout with them in your area, let's say, and they know you're putting stuff up about stuff and you're looking very paranoid, how do you know it's not them in your area doing that, instead of blaming people you don't know that live nowhere near you? That's the sort of people in them energy that would love to do that to people who are paranoid and look paranoid, and they know they're paranoid, and they might want to go and, you know, gameplay with that person because you're putting it out there. And that's why I've said before, you should be careful with what you're putting out, because if you've had an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, or friends that you fell out with in your area that you know personally, they could be playing with you. But yeah, people blaming other people that they don't know, live nowhere near them and stuff like that, and I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like the woman who does it to me on here, and she knows I've said this because I went in the other day, because I did get a little bit triggered, but just by the stupidness of it all. Someone came in my chat the other day, mentioned a cat. Do you like black cats? And I said, I like cats, but I can't have cats because I'm allergic to cats. I didn't used to be, but I'm a dog person. This person, no names mentioned, because I don't like mentioning a name because I don't think it's worth it, starts to tell people that you've got to watch out for people talking about cats, because it means that they're aiming it at her, because apparently her cat went missing 2 months ago or something, and her other cat, whenever it was, ended up dead on the doorstep. Personally, I think that's bullshit. And if it did, maybe it's someone in your area, but to put out, it's like anything somebody says, this is how these people work. So if I mentioned, you know, I farted, it'll be their fart, or I stole their fart, or whatever it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Just jokingly. But they look for anything. So I can't mention cats because it's aiming at this person. How stupid. Who was the person who came into my chat mentioning a cat? Was it that person? Someone off their side? Because someone just randomly came in and said, do you have a black cat, or do you like black cats, something? It wasn't what I was talking about on my channel. And I said, no. Do you think I'm a witch or something? Or I do like cats, but I can't have them because I'm allergic to them. So do you get what I'm saying? And this person I've told again today, I put boundaries up, I'm not interested and I don't want to know. But they don't take no for an answer. But it's like the media, that's how they work. They say everything about a person, try and make stories up, and then you mention something because they're listening, and then they go and say someone said that because they had a chat about it earlier on. And it's like, how mad do you have to be? What mindset is that? Deary me. And this is why I've always said, you know, you've got to power up in your mindset for what's coming, because people, even people who think they know things, are going to fall with the rest of them for a while, because the mindsets are not strong enough. But yeah, I don't know what to say about that. You know, people carry on in their own cycles, and if that's where people want to be, I think they should just carry on with it. But, you know, what are you doing in the meantime? Because, wow, calling you a witch sound like to me, well, I'm a bit witchy, but, you know, there's dark sides and light sides of everything. There's dark witches, there's white witches. I would not call myself a dark witch because I don't put things out for people. It's more of intentions for me and my family and humanity. I don't go around doing that, but it's always a person who's calling a person. So, you know, yet people go on about energy, and that's what they would have called magic in the day, and everyone's using energy, so it's ridiculous. But yeah, it's just silly when you see things and how people try to catch people on something, and it is absolutely bonkers. Yes, skating is important, it's good for your chi, yeah. And it was really funny because this person I'd noticed they'd put up, I was talking about what I wanted to go and do as an exercise, and I wasn't telling you, but I did it a bit ago because I had boots, and then this person put up about they manifested a pair of roller skates. I was like, oh my God, don't see you doing it though. But yeah, skating is very good for you. It's good for your mental health as well. I know, but you know, I know. And that's why I wanted to do it again, because I did have skates a bit ago. I had skates and some the inline one things. I didn't like them. The other skates were quite bulky, and they're not like the ones I've got now, which are good. But yeah, it's just finding things that are fun. This is what I'm always saying to people: find the things that you love, you're passionate about, that you love to do, and go and do them. You get these people who are looking at other people, slagging them off for the words they use or what they do or what they look like. And it's like, why? Why are you so concerned about what I'm doing or, other people doing? You should be more concerned about yourself. You can tell the people who are in alignment because they're trying to inspire people. And they get it all confused when, like, I'm talking about that now because this pops up every year with this person. But I'm not doing slandering videos, slagging people off, using the surnames, using the old channel names, whatever, to try and get attention, because that's what it's about. I just bring it up as a response. It's not a reaction, because I'm not mad, it's a response. These people say they're not doing it and say the other people are doing it, yet they're the ones with, for example, my face on the channel, my name on the channel, constantly all over the channel. So, I don't know. But yeah, apart from that, it looked fun. But that's because I'm talking about weeds, you see. I'm up in that energy because we've been doing the weeds and we're talking about weeding. You've got to weed these energies out. You don't want them in your life because, you don't. Boundaries. Looks fun. I wish I could I broke my elbow, my knee. I wish I could. Oh. Well, someone said yesterday, I fell over loads of times when I was younger when I did that. I don't think I'd be able to do it. I'm 45 and I've not done it since I was a little girl, and it was, I wasn't on a skate park doing ramps and jumps. I was just skating and doing a few twizzes around and skating backwards a little bit, and just, not anything mad, but it was really, really enjoyable. So you can start at any age. I've seen 50-odd-year-olds starting, 60-odd-year-olds starting. There was a 73-year-old who was skating. You don't have to go mad. And if you go on something spongy like a tennis court, that sort of playground stuff, you won't hurt yourself as much. And you can learn how to fall as well, like on your bum or whatever. Yes, you do have to be careful, but you can get pads, helmets and wrist splint things and all that, which I'm waiting for. But it's brilliant because when the breeze is flowing through your hair and all that, it's just really, really nice. And it's just a thing from when I was a kid that I really enjoyed, that a lot of people do. A lot of people used to skate. Mine were blue boots with a rainbow on the side. Blue boots with a rainbow on the side. But yeah, so it's just that boundary setting thing. And like I'd like to say to anybody out there who, you're feeling things coming in, you've got to put your boundaries up. These people don't affect my life here. They tried to affect my channel, but it still hasn't worked, and it's not going to. But it doesn't affect what I do with my friends and family or what I do at home or in my job or anything like that, because I'm just getting on with it. I'm not constantly sat on YouTube, sat there 24 hours a day trying to look for some sort of thing that I can bring up that fits their narrative, because that's what they do. That's what the news does. I'm making, creating, chilling out. We're in the garden, we're doing things. We went skating yesterday. If you're sat on the internet or anything like that for 24 hours 7, basically always on it, you're draining your energy. It will drain your energy as well, just by doing that, because the computers drain your energy as well. So you have to be really careful where you're putting your energy. Like I say, who you're watching, blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't really need to say this anyway, because this is like basically one person who has a vendetta against me just because I don't even know what's in this person's mind. Basically rejection, I think. I don't know. But it doesn't dint anything because it's one person. Tries to get other people involved, but that doesn't work either, because when you look at these types of people, they're all in the same mindset. We've got 8 and 8 there. So, whatever. So we're keeping restful with the retrogrades, and you're going to see more craziness go on in that energy as well because of the retrogrades that are happening now. and everything to do with the Queen and all that. You know, people kicking off with people going, "Oh my God, you're so disrespectful, this, that, and the other." I've had all that already. I'm like, pfft, oh my God. Anyway, we'll just let the people see when they do. But apart from that, like I said, keep your boundaries up. I'm not, you know, people going about Starseeds, light workers and all that. We're all from spirit, like I said, we're all spiritual. I'm not one of them people who, being a healer doesn't mean you're all soft as light and all that. I'm stronger than that. If I've got something to say, I'll say it. I don't go around saying my voice has been stopped. Someone's stopping me. Hi Rachel. Someone's hacked me, because that's what this person says. Someone's hacked me. My voice is, you know, my throat chakra isn't working. They seem to be speaking quite a lot until they want to do something else. It's bollocks. At the end of the day, if you're a strong person and your energy's not, you know, you're not depleting yourself and you're not bringing all this negativity in, you're going to be able to speak. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know how powerful you are, you wouldn't be saying things like that. That's all fearful shit. So, as far as I'm concerned, and then people go on about they're in their ego. They'll say that I'm in my ego when I'm speaking out, but it's just ridiculous. I'm gonna go.